Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you are watching this and you notice the time on the bottom right of my screen, you will have noticed that I just started recording this after my presidential election prediction, and you would be correct. Okay, but anyways, I'm tired. I need to get this out because if I don't do it now, I will never get it done. Senate election prediction. I haven't done one of these in forever. It's been a while. But anyways, with that, let's go ahead and get started. The safe red Senate seats include obviously North Dakota, Wyoming, both Nebraska seats, Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Indiana, Utah, um, and West Virginia because Joe Manchin is not running and Jim Justice is very popular. And I think that's it for the safe red seats. Now let's go on to the safe blue seats. We have Washington, California, Hawaii, Minnesota, New Mexico, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New York, and I think that's it for now. I think that's it for the safe blue states. All right, these are the states that will decide control of the Senate. We're gonna go ahead, and by the way, I will be doing a House prediction probably tomorrow. I haven't really done many of those, so we'll see. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. The first state that I will be filling out here is the state of Florida. I think Rick Scott will win re-election in Florida. Judging, it depends on how much Trump wins the state by. I think Trump is bound to win it by about 6 to 7. I think as a result of that, I think Scott will win by about 6. Scott is a chronic underperformer, and I could see him winning by 5. Um, but I just think for now, I think there's been a lot of like you know down ballot vote splitting. I think if you're voting for Trump, you're probably voting for Scott too. But I digress. Florida likely red. Texas. I honestly think Texas will be lean red. Cruz is not a likable guy. That being said, he's not going to lose. Cruz is not going to lose to Colin Allred. This is not 2018, and also Trump will most likely carry. Trump is going to carry Texas. Trump will win Texas by about 7 to 8, and I think Cruz will win by about 4 to 5. I think Cruz will underperform Trump's margins with Hispanic people, the Tejano voters in South Texas, and I also think he'll underperform Trump in the more like, up here like Amarillo, Lubbock. I think he'll underperform in this area just a little bit, or maybe Eastern Texas, the historically Democrat Eastern Texas. He might underperform in. I don't know. Virginia likely blue. I want to see Hung Kao win, but it's not going to happen. The polls do not look good for Hung Kao. I wish him the best. Unfortunately, we are going to have that sleazebag Tim Kaine in there for another term until 2030. Maine, Angus King should win no problem. Um, what else? I don't think any of these are going to be likely now. All right, moving on to the more competitive seats now. Now that we got those out of the way, uh, Ohio. Now, talking about the Ohio Senate race is interesting because a lot of I don't know. It's interesting. Bernie Moreno is gaining on Sherrod Brown. He has been taking the lead in some polls, although Trafalgar, which has been accurate in Ohio, does show Bernie Moreno losing. A little bit concerning. However, again, Trafalgar, as we know, is they're both right and horrifically wrong at the same time. And also, their last poll had Richard Cordray. Never forget, in 2018, their last poll had Richard Cordray defeating Mike DeWine by 5. That didn't happen. The inverse happened. So, I mean, the more accurate pollsters in Ohio, like ActiVote and On Message, do show Bernie Moreno with a lead. gun to my head, I think Bernie Moreno will carry it by less than one. Brown is definitely going to overperform, um, relatively speaking, to what to what Kamala gets in the state. So I don't know. Whatever Trump gets in the state, Moreno will underperform just because Sherrod Brown is like still seen as a working class hero when he's not. Um, but I mean that being and also Brown is like massively outspending Moreno, but that doesn't matter a whole lot. Um, but either way, gun to my head, I think Ohio will go red in the at the Senate level. Another red Senate seat I think we'll have is Montana. Now, people are, like a year ago, I was not sold on this. I thought Tester was going to win. Tim Sheehy is doing really well. And I regret the things I said about Tim Sheehy. And honestly, I regret ever endorsing Jon Tester. I support Tim Sheehy. Looking at Sheehy, the Sheehy has not lost a poll since August. The polls show him with a consistent lead, anywhere from 3 till about 7 or so, 3 to 8 roughly. I do not expect Sheehy to lose. I think it could be closer than expected because Tester is a chronic overperformer. We saw in 2018, ironically enough, the polls actually showed that Tester was only going to win by one. Some of them showed Rosendale in the lead late, and then he ended up winning by 4. So take it as you will. But I think in 2024, obviously things have changed. You have more polarization. With Trump on the ballot, Tester's done. Next up here we have Michigan. I think Slotkin will win that in Michigan. I want to see Rogers win, but it's Michigan. The only way Slotkin loses is if Trump wins Michigan by like 1 to 2. And even then, I really don't think Trump is going to win Michigan at the moment. My gut feeling says he will, but the logical side of me says he won't. And the polls are, they're neck and neck. The latest polls show him tied or down by 1. So the race isn't over. Slotkin is definitely, there's definitely a chance that Slotkin could lose. Um, that being said, I don't know. I think Slotkin is the favorite. I think that's kind of the general consensus. In Pennsylvania, you have Bob Casey going up against Dave McCormick. Bob Casey's probably gonna win. The polls do. Now Trafalgar did show McCormick beating Casey, which is interesting. I don't know. Trafalgar's been all over the place. Like they have Harris winning in Wisconsin, so take that as you will. But the polls are definitely tightened, though, and again, the polls aren't everything. I I absolutely hate David McCormick. Like I really hate David McCormick. I honestly would probably like hold my nose and vote for Bob Casey just because of how much I hate David McCormick. Um, I think McCormick will lose narrowly. I think it's that won't be tilt. I think it'll be lean blue. I think Casey will win by about 3. I think Trump will win the state by just under 1, while I think Casey will win by about 3. I think there will be enough ticket splitters in the state to keep Bob Casey in for another term. After this, Bob Casey should not run for another term, as he will probably lose. Now we head over to Wisconsin. Eric Hovde taking on Tammy Baldwin. I want to say that Baldwin will lose, but for now, I'm going to play it safe and mark her as the winner. I think it'll be a very close race, and I honestly think that you could see Trump win the state while Baldwin also wins. I would love to see Eric Hovde win the Senate race, and I think he's got a shot. The polls are. Oh, I didn't want to click Michigan. The polls are definitely a lot closer than expected. Some of the later polls, the polls actually show Hovde outperforming Trump in the state. Some of them do. Insider Advantage showed him in the lead. Atlas Intel only has him down one. Um, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I think Hovde could win. It's a 50-50 race. Um, I would say based off of Baldwin being the incumbent, I would place her the victor. Though I think it is literally a pure toss up at this point. Arizona, Lake is not winning that. That's all I have. I absolutely hate Kari Lake. I liked her during the governor's race in 2022, and then she just didn't handle the loss in the best way possible, and Gallego's gonna win. We should have nominated Mark Lamb, but no, we didn't. Um, Gallego's gonna win. That's all I have to say. Gallego, like Trump could win the state by 4, and Gallego would still win. So there you have it. And then in Nevada, Jackie Rosen's gonna win that. It's absolutely despicable the campaign they're running against Sam Brown. Making fun of his, of his facial, deformities. You know, Absolutely sickening. That guy's a war hero. Put his life on the line, and you know, the campaign they're running against him is just awful. They're literally saying he's unfit because of his deformity. Absolutely sickening. Um, but that's what the Democrats are. They're evil people. But either way, I think Rosen will win. The polls are fairly. They have narrowed outside of this. See, I don't understand what that. He's not gonna lose by 12 or 9, but okay. I don't know what's going. I don't know what's up with that. Like the polls in Nevada have been all over the place. Like some of them show him down by like YouGov has him down by 7, but Atlas Intel only has him down by 2. Susquehanna has him ahead by 1. Sorry guys, my headset shut off there. On Message has him tied. Trafalgar has him down by 2, but then Atlas Intel has him down 5, and then immediately down 2. Like this, and then now tied again. It's just what? I don't know. We won't know until election night, and maybe not even until after, because it's Nevada. But I would predict a Rosen victory. There you have it. There's the U.S. Senate for 2024. Republicans on 52 seats. They pick up the states of Montana, Ohio, and West Virginia en route to a Senate majority. With a potential for a pickup in Wisconsin. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to revoke my projection in Wisconsin. I'm going to put this as a toss-up. I'm going to put that as a toss-up. Because I genuinely have no idea. There you have it. So, I am not able to make a projection in Wisconsin, but I think Republicans are within the realm of 52 to 53 seats. All right, guys, take care. Be sure to get out and vote on election night or before. Just get out and vote. And if you aren't registered to vote, register now. Some places you can register right then and there. You can do same-day registration. So go ahead, do it now. Try to, you know, just vote. Get out and vote. That's all I have to say. If you haven't already, go ahead and do it. We need to make sure that Trump gets in the White House and that we give him a trifecta. But anyways, Godspeed to all of you. Have a great rest of your week. And yeah, peace out.